My presentation is called Event Tourism, Challenges and Solutions. I don't want to give a talk. I want to tell you what we know about event travel, about event tourism, what we have discovered while we were working on our project. And I want to ask you what we don't know and to ask you for ideas. And feel free to share your feedback here or later right now. So, my name is Valentin Dombrovsky, and I like to call myself Chief Acceleration Officer. Chief Acceleration Officer of Travelatus. We try to make event travel easier. Right now we are focused on sporting events and concert events. That means that this kind of leisure, special kind of leisure traveling. First, let's understand who is event traveler and where is he? Maybe he's here, or maybe he's among these football fans, or maybe he's on Bregenz Opera Festival. Oh, in fact, he's everywhere. Event travelers differ as much as any traveler differs from each other. And but they have one thing that is similar. All they want to have great event travel experience. All of them want to see great events in great places. Sometimes travel is the only opportunity to see some unforgettable event in a special place, or to see multiple events in a short period of time. So people refer to internet to plan their travels, or the internet is the place where you can find everything. And what do they get? We'll discuss this later, but first let's look at this graph. Events can be sold as an auxiliary product, and we have discussed it when we were on a session about auxiliary products. But I don't want to talk about these kind of events. I want to talk about events that are main activity trip makers or main activity trip attractions. That's our sporting events or some kind of performing events. You will have time to look through this graph later when my presentation will be available online. So I call these travelers event tellers. People who travel with goal to see some event. So there are several ways to plan an event journey. You can get a package and you can plan independent. When you get a package, you have a limited number of suppliers who give you a limited number of options. You go straight to this event and you get exactly this hotel. And the number of events is limited, and there are mainly some kind of large events, festivals, Olympic Games, World Championships, and etc. So if you want to have something special, it's better to plan independently. But is it really better? There are some problems. As in travel planning in general, independent event traveling has some problems, but these problems even multiply as you try to find an event and hotel and some kind of transportation and etc. So the problems are lack of information. Information about events is scattered among millions of websites, and if you plan to visit some country, you will find this information on the website that is written on the language of this country. So if you want to go to Turkey, you will have to read through Turkish website. It's hard. And of course some UX problems. And I speak about UX in general. In fact, all online services try to solve UX problems. First of all, we managed to bring booking online. That was solving of user experience problems. Now, we try to make some additional services to make this booking even better. So, when I speak about UX problems, I mean millions of websites that you have to get through before you actually get your event trip. So, there are several solutions for this problem, and there are some of them on the market. I'll give some examples. This is an example of site that's called cheaptickets.com. It's part of all this network. And as you can see, it addresses event tickets Well, it's more like an auxiliary product, in fact. And I also want to say that even upset is organized better on this website. So event tickets is just a part of some directions, and you have to put it separately. Well, like it on website. It's already good. Then there are, as I have said, there are some packages. There are companies that sell packages, and there are such companies online. This is an example of website basic. It's quite popular and quite successful. So it sells packages to some great events, Waves Vienna, CK Festival, blah blah blah. And if you are a festival very fun, I may even recommend you to visit this website. And there's also one new solution on the market, and that addresses events travel more like meta search. This site, it's called Valentin, is focused on traveling to some kind of music concerts. So if you're a fan of some group, you might find this group, like you, and you may see the price of the traveling from Montreal, for example, and you have some prices here, but it's kind of meta search, and I think that user experience is not very good in this case. What should you do? You know, I'm not going to show you Travelatus. I'm not going to show you our solution right now. There are two reasons for it. First of all, I don't want to make my talk some kind of advertisement. And second, I don't think that we have done enough for Travelatus to be the ideal solution right now. So I'll just give you the idea what the solution should be and what we think about it. You may think about it as about our plans. So new version of Travelatus will be unleashed. So first of all, as I have said, it's information. We have to gather information on one website. We have to gather information about different events, about even about small bands that may be interesting for small amount of people, and about any kind of events on one website. So we should have a great database for a person to be able to choose to find anything on one website. Second, I think the solution should be flexible. Not in this way, but in a way. It should be flexible for everyone to be able to find anything that he needs. And in fact, you don't need to make everyone search what he needs. And that's the next. You have already met this man. And the solution must have expertise. This expertise can be reached in two ways. First of all, some algorithms and recommendations that are implied in your solution, and that's what we are trying to do right now. Second, it can be a human-driven solution. So you may find some experts who may recommend traveling to specific locations, like we can sell that. And it may be a combination of both, and I think that's the ideal way. But the question is how to combine this in the right way. Social, not in terms of social networks. Travel is a social thing, and event travel is more social thing. So you should have a good solution for groups who want to travel to see festivals, or events, or concerts. Or you should have a solution for someone to find people with whom he wants to travel. So again, it's kind of expertise, but expertise in recommendation of people with whom you are ready to go to your travel, for it to be a great trip. So, as it was written in one article on news, online travel planning is still a problem. That's a problem. And online event travel planning hasn't even started, in fact. And we are still looking for Holy Grail. We are still looking for Holy Grail in online travel. And that's why it's good that my report is last in this conference, because I think it's a good verse to close the conference. We're still looking for Holy Grail. And I think together, during the discussions, during the exchanging of our ideas, we can finally find something to make our users happy. And before I finish my talk, I want to give some bonus talk. I guess that I will switch to Russian back. Так. Да, как я и говорил, я очень рад, на самом деле, потому что мы доклад закрываем конференцию. Можешь